Hey guys, it's me, 80s Words to you guys. Today, guys, we talk to you guys our sixth nation of the 2022 World Cup, and that is gonna be Croatia, guys. Now, I did make a mistake in my previous videos, guys. I don't know if you guys got onto this. However, I did say France and Belgium were the fifth and sixth. I did realize, though, I did count Brazil as a third, and France and Brazil. I mean, France and Belgium. So basically, France is fourth and Belgium is fifth. Like I said, the ordering doesn't really too much matter in the grand scheme of things. So just remember, guys, that Croatia is the sixth one, not the seventh. Okay, guys, this is the first prediction I got wrong for the World Cup qualifiers, guys. This was one of the nations I did not predict to directly advance. Now, could I have seen them maybe advance through the playoffs? Quite possibly, and probably so, just because of the talent they have on their team. Um, but like I was surprised to see how close the margins were. Coming into this game today was a decisive game whether Croatia and Russia will top the group. And I actually predicted Russia this game to end in a draw. And I was looking at the game. I was watching the game. I saw the stats and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, even though I predicted a draw, I wouldn't be surprised Croatia just score a late winner because the thing with Russia is that they were very defensive. They were parking the bus. They didn't really have any. They weren't even trying to score a goal, which made me confused because Russia, I understand you're playing for the draw, but you could have at least scored a goal and made Croatia score two, right? So why not try to do that instead of doing this way? Because even if it ended 1-1, Russia would still have made it through on top of the group. And this is the first time I believe for Croatia in their history that they qualify to a FIFA World Cup directly. Directly. In the last four attempts, they've always gone through the playoffs. And that is quite a remarkable achievement. So I got to give a huge ton of credit to Dasic here for the Croatia World Cup finalist, the World Cup finalist here. And I just think for Croatia, man, in particular, I just think that they've done a fantastic job. Even though I didn't predict them to top the group, I knew it was always going to come down to them and Russia for that battle at the top spot. I went with Russia, but Croatia prevailed in the end. And obviously, we're going to be looking at the World Cup qualifier results. Obviously, you got the results here. Obviously, they obviously won today against Russia 1-0. Came through own goal, destroyed Malta 7-1 on the road. Played to Slovakia on a 2-2 draw. They won against Cyprus on the road 3-0. 3-0 against Slovenia, 1-0 against Slovakia, drew 0-0 against Russia, and then they actually won 3-0 against Malta, and then they won 1-0 and they lost 1-0 to Slovenia on the opening match. So my reasoning for Croatia not getting top of this group was mainly because their away form. I thought their away form would ultimately let them down in the end, and that's what's going to prevent them from qualifying. But it was actually their home form that was actually worse than their away form because I know at home they're very good. They're at home they're very dominant and they don't really lose that often at home. And so it was a big. And I just think for me, I really like the emergence of this player. I think that I like how they're trying to set him up is Kramaric. I think he's been really getting the goals. Vlasic, Kovacic, and Gribic as well, the goalkeeper for Lille now after Magnan left. Then you have Gavardol, who's playing for Leipzig now. Stanisic, who's playing for Bayern Munich now. Rebic, Kola, Brekalo. It's a decent team, guys. It's a decent team for Sako, And I just think that for me, guys, this Croatian team, even though they don't have nearly the quality as they did in the 2018 World Cup final, they still have a stacked team. They still have a good team, guys. And this Croatian team will never give up. This is something I learned about Croatians is that they have a never say die attitude. They'll always give it 100%. They'll come towards the final and they'll try everything they can to get anything they can. And I just know this Croatia team, the thing that is the most important thing is their own team spirit. That is something that we noticed in the World Cup is that the fact they made to a World Cup final is quite amazing in itself. It was a stunning accomplishment. And do I think they'll do that in 2022? Most probably no. It's just the quality of the team is nowhere near that team. But I do think Croatia could at least make the round of 16, and I think that should be a fairly manageable achievement. We look at the FIFA rankings right now. Let me just look at the FIFA rankings, see what pot they're in. I don't exactly remember. So let's go look at the FIFA rankings. So FIFA rankings, where is that? Where's the FIFA rankings? Should be here, guys. Sorry. Where is it? Actually, let me just do this thing. Oh, is this right here? I think it's right here. Yeah, I found it, guys. Okay, so you can see right here that let's see where Croatia is at. Let's go to UEFA. So Croatia is 18th place. Yeah, 18th place. So that would actually mean they would actually be in pot two, I think, right? Because yeah, A1, 2. Yeah, they would actually be in pot three, actually, which could be tricky. But I could see them beating one of these nations. Now, assuming the top 32 does qualify, then yeah, I think they could, honestly. So for me, I would say Croatia realistic expectations should be around a 16. I think that should be their bare minimum. And maybe a quarterfinals, but I think that might be a bit of a push. But we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see because, as I said, I think this Croatian team, the key thing for them is that they have to integrate more youthful players because I think that's gonna be the thing that could ultimately hurt them in the end because they had so much experienced players like Mandzukic. You know, you had Lovren. You know, Subasic. You know, now both Subasic and Mandzukic have retired, I believe. And then Rakitic as well. He retired as well. This Croatian team, they have to have more youthful players to really make that setup, you know. And I just think that's gonna be too difficult. You know, you got Paslic is also there, emerging player for Atalanta, Brozovic for Inter. And I just think that attack for Croatia is just really lackluster. I think that attack for Croatia is really lackluster. But they did deserve to win the game. They did deserve to win the game, and you guys can see the stats right here: 19 shots, 5 on target. They obviously deserve to win. And I think they ultimately did merit themselves to top the group, and I think they deservedly topped the group. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on the whole Croatia situation. You know, I got to give them a huge turn of props for actually surpassing my expectations because I didn't expect them to qualify directly, and I just think that this is an incredible achievement to qualify without having to use the playoffs. As for Russia, they're gonna have to go through the playoffs, which is kind of disappointing for them. And let's see, man. Let's see whether Russia can do this or not because the Russia I saw out there, man, they weren't really impressive. That's why I wasn't really impressed with them. You know, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video, guys. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe. Check out my description below, my Twitter, Discord, and my email, and my Twitch. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.